Dude, we're back
We're
at it for another year of hunting. Who's ready?
Dude, I've been ready since the end of last year's hunting.
Some of us who don't tag out have been ready for like 6 years.
You know what? It's steady, steady. Just gotta keep going. You'll eventually do. I mean, it's like me and elk hunting. I still have never ever killed an elk. Um, Actually had a couple opportunities at some cows this year, but it was like day one, and I'm like, I don't want to drag this out.
Oh, dude, we just got to do it. I think that's whatever
Yeah.
stands out that's legal. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, and that's what I should have done this year. I won't pass on it, but like we talked last year, right before the season, drew a unit that I hadn't drawn in a few years, and I was spite hunting it because it was the one and only time I blew out and left early. Like, got charged by a bear, just looking over my shoulder. I mentally broke, and I walked out. Like, I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm out. Left like a day and a half early. Was bummed, but went back, and it went well.
Yeah. What do you prepare or would advise somebody on the mental side? Because we get talking bows, arrows. We don't talk about mental prep.
No, no, and it is kind of crazy. And my mental prep is just like pushing myself to the limit on things, and like, all right, don't snap, just keep going, keep going, keep going. But the thing that threw me is day one was awesome of that trip. You know, got blown out by two deers, got a shot at one. By the way, people listening to this or watching, don't try to shoot a 25-yard deer with like a 35-yard pin. It doesn't work out very well.
Math.
Yeah, math kind of blew me out on that one. Um, but yeah, and then went and sat down at lunch, and like I was sitting behind a pine tree, and like everything kind of grows into the ground. And I was sitting there eating, it's my first day in this unit, seeing great deer, had put up cams, everything like that. And all of a sudden I see this ground shaking, this brown goes like through, and I couldn't see what it was. And I'm like, no way, there's a massive elk in front of me. All of a sudden, the whole front of my tree gets lifted up, bear right in front of me, like maybe like 2 feet longer than you. I pulled my gun, and all I'm thinking of is like, if I shoot this thing, I've got to leave everything there because, legally you need to leave everything there. I needed to hike out, then drive out of the unit, get to reception, call, DNR, have them meet me, go out there, and, you have to do the field test, and you still don't get the bear no matter what. It goes away. And I waste probably a day, day and a half easily. So yeah, I looked over my shoulder for the next 3 days, and I'm like, "Nope, I'm out." So I went back this past year, put in 50 miles in 5 days, and just grinded it and shot a really solid full velvet buck,
Yeah,
and
you
was
did.
happy with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
I had the same thing happen. I had a bear get in really close, and I thought the same thing. I had a gun right on him,
Yep.
about 15 yards,
Yeah.
and I was like, "If I shoot this thing, I have to drop everything. I gotta go out. I gotta start this investigation." And oddly, I did what you did. I was just like, "No." And I don't know what that says about me or my safety capabilities.
Both of us. I think we're putting the availability to shoot a really nice elk or buck above our own safety, and, I think we're currently making the argument to bear spray, not, 10 mil. Like,
Yes, and be careful with that bear spray. I set some off in a garage,
yeah, it
and
doesn't
it is
work.
nasty.
Dude, funniest thing is my friend Shane Grimes, he was fly fishing, in Montana or something like that, and, you carry bear spray with you, leans down, hits it off, and just
Oh,
blows it into his face. He's like,
oh,
it ruined his week." It was pretty
yeah,
funny.
that's bad. So, did you get a tag for Utah this year or
Yeah.
anywhere?
Oh, yeah. I drew the same unit I did last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so once again, shot a great buck last year. Shot him second weekend. It was awesome. Uh, there were 5 or 6 other deer that I looked at. Some of them were warriors. They were gray coated that early in the season, so, they got some age on them. But, racks, I would be very, very happy with bodies and a lot of good meat out there that would feed my family very well.
Do you feel like that would be also a good over-the-counter archery elk that you could overlap?
So I do overlap it with OTC. I didn't draw. I applied for a really nice unit and didn't draw it. I had about 40 or 50% odds. OTC, it is limited entry units, so you only get spike and cow, but there are so many cows and spikes. Like it's really good.
That's awesome.
Lots of raghorns. But yeah, I like we kind of mentioned, I had a cow and like probably 2 year olds with her, and I was like, yeah, I kind of passed on. It was day one, and I was a couple miles back in, and I'm like, this is gonna chew up time. I only have like 5 days between the time lapses I had there, so I really focused in on a muley.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So there's some more waiting for you.
Hmm.
And what are you doing now? Are you doing the Total Archery Challenge 3D thing, or it's down in Bryan Head, Utah this year?
Which would be awesome. I think it's gonna be great. It's really gonna put some people to the test, and we can kind of go into this into our conversation. Is the base of Brian Head, you're at like 10,000 feet. Like
Totally.
it is up there. So like there's gonna be a lot of guys. I'm kind of excited too because it will bring people up from like Southern California. Nevada drives up here anyways,
Yeah.
but I really think it'll bring them up in there, and I think you're gonna see a different audience, and it's gonna be kind of fun. I'm gonna try to get down and do it. To be honest with you, I upped my bow poundage by 5 pounds, and I've been shooting minimalistically, but I haven't reset my tape. So
Yeah.
I've been like, this looks good. It's about
Yeah.
it's sitting at 30, but it's shooting 35. Like, we'll check this out. So I really need to strap down and redo my taping, everything. And both you and I had the boonie.
Yes.
Um, Absolutely love it, but I struggle setting pins on that thing,
Yeah.
and I think it's me, but yeah, I got to get out there and reset it.
The Boonie is awesome, but it's tricky to set up. And our boy Josh Kirchner, Dialed In Hunter,
Yeah,
he is like a Boonie guy. And I got to go back and watch some of his videos because I'll be honest, the opportunity for content, if you want to go make a video on how to sight in a Boonie,
yeah.
someone's going to earn those views because even the Spot Hog one, I don't understand it. They skip too many steps.
Yeah, it is, and Josh actually has a video on it.
Yeah.
Once again, you and I are fans of Josh. And he runs it when he first got it, and he was shooting out in Arizona before it got nuclear hot down there. And I've used it a few times to kind of get it rolling, but I think well, once again, I think it's me being a little bit lazy,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit like that. But I mean, we got tags right now, right? Well, one of us has tags.
One of us has
What's
tags.
what's happening over there,
I'm
Adam?
gonna rock the OTC. I'm gonna rock a little bit of that elk action. I did get into some cows with I shot with our friend Redbeard, and we did get into some elk last year. And that was really new for me. That was my first time that close to animals
That's
with a
so
bow.
awesome.
And that's a bucket list item in itself,
Same.
but that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna go for antlerless, do that elk thing,
Yeah.
and my son is 17. He goes on a LDS Mormon mission next year. This is his last hunting season, which is weird to think.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to, like, cram some fun things in and pack it all in and do what we can and see what happens. I'm even thinking about a Alaska fishing trip this fall just to shake it up a little bit.
So not this fall, but if you're interested, next fall, uh, I am looking at probably doing caribou up in Alaska. I don't know if it'll be archery or rifle. I would prefer to do it archery. It just depends on access and things like that. And yeah, I'm really that's gonna kind of be a bucket list thing for me. So I'm
That's
pretty
sweet.
excited for that. So we should
You
talk
thinking
about that.
you thinking DIY? Like,
Oh,
what?
total DIY.
And you just get dropped off, set up times,
Yeah,
and
I mean, there's multiple ways you can do it. You can drive up to what is that 5 mile stretch of highway? It's several hours north of Anchorage. And I'm sorry, I'm blowing it right now.
yeah, it's all
Everybody
good.
knows the name. Um, and going up because for 5 miles on each side of the road, I believe it's 5 miles. Archery only,
Oh,
and it's chasing the herds, but it's flat and it's tough to get there. Like it's like, oh, herd right there, just two great bulls, and then just trying to close that distance because
Oh,
they can see
man.
you coming, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. But there's an island off of Alaska that used to have a massive naval base on it during the World War II and into the Cold War, and they've closed it down since. Got herds out on there. They also have buffalo out there,
Oh.
and complete DIY.
How much is caribou in Alaska?
Man, I know you've
Couple
asked me
grand?
that. Yeah, probably.
Couple grand.
Like
Yeah.
I'm planning if I do it right, like, you know, depending if, between tag, travel, and everything, I'm hoping to spend around 10 grand.
Cool.
Hopefully less, but we'll
Yeah.
talk to me in a little bit. We can probably have a whole show on that one. Just like, hey, how do you plan your Alaska trip?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at some, running some survey data right now for hunters and what people are most interested
Hmm.
in. Can you guess what is the top species of 1,000 respondents, 1,000 people
Okay.
were surveyed? What species do you think is the most interesting to hunt?
Interesting or the most that people actually hunt?
That they want to hunt, they aspire to hunt.
I mean, I would think low hanging fruit is elk.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
There were 5 or 6 other species. If you were to sum all those up together, elk beats out all of those.
Well, think about it. It's the apex, you know, antlered animal in the main 48 states, right? I mean, obviously you have like rams and goats and things like that, but when you do a shoulder mount on a ram, it's so tall. When you do a
Yeah.
shoulder mount on an elk, it's like 6 feet, and you're like, "Where do I put this in my house?"
Yeah.
Even back to that, born and raised New Hampshire boy, I remember my dad, God, it's like, say it was 95, it was his trip of a lifetime. He went out, had a bunch of private land out in Idaho, a friend of a guy he worked with, they went out there and, came off hot, and they spent 2 weeks out there, and, he never got it, but, like, he still talks about that trip,
Yeah.
like, the best thing that ever happened to him, and he shot one of his biggest whitetails ever.
Nice.
He's like, "I coulda shot a whitetail at home. I'm super happy on this," but he's like, "I coulda shot one at home." He's like, "I woulda rather shot a muley because it would've been different, but we're working on that."
What do you think is number 2?
Number 2,
Top species.
I'd go antelope.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a that's an interesting one. Antelope, no, it was down to, like, 5 or 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the great thing about antelope is you can hunt them all. I mean, I don't think people know this as much. You know, in theory, I hunt elk all day. Like I mean, it's not coming very fruitful because I haven't shot one yet, but I hunt elk all day. Like I don't rest at lunchtime, go back to camp. But a majority of the population hunts them really hard in the morning till 10, 11, and then maybe go back to camp or take a rest and glass, and then go hard in the afternoon to try to you try to ambush them. But, antelope, you know what the great thing is? Those things move all day long,
Yeah,
and, like, you can chase them all day, and
sure.
it's fun, and if you want, you're that easty, you can kinda truck on them, which, gives that thing that's I'm not disrespecting anybody coming out east to west, but, you get blown out in a couple days, and you're not in the shape you need to be, but you can road hunt and kinda select.
Yeah,
It's appealing, and honestly, antelope looks so cool. Like,
they're
I just think
so
they're just so
cool.
cool. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So number 2 is mule deer, number 3
Oh,
was whitetail deer.
no, there
Kind
the
of
th th
interesting.
think about it, though, like, central US, Iowa, there are some slab whitetails down
Yeah,
there. There's a group of guys called Raised Hunting. They're amazing individuals. If you guys haven't checked them out, please check them out. Spent some time with them in Iowa for about a week, and man, it's different, but it's not.
yeah.
And it's super fun. I'm actually I think it's open right now, but I need to apply right now. I'm gonna start getting points and try to go hunt with them in the next couple of years.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then the least popular, the least choice, the lowest on the list, what do you think it was?
it's gotta be turkey.
Oh, that wasn't an option. We should have put turkey on that survey.
Yeah.
I didn't put turkey on.
Now,
Big game.
big game. Okay, let's go big game. Lowest on that list?
I want to go hunt this. I aspire to hunt this. What is the
I
least popular?
aspire to hunt this. Be like axis deer?
Nope.
Let me guess what I was talking about, caribou?
No.
'Cause that would be awesome.
Yeah, it was sheep.
Really?
Yes.
Dude, I would love to have that opportunity, but that those opportunities are slim and far and in between.
Right, and they're expensive,
Yeah.
and it's I think it just shirks people away because it's like, "Eh, is that even real? Like, is that even realistic?"
Yeah, well, let's say 15 years plus to draw one, which we know it's more than that. I mean, think about it, like ability to go trek after one of those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I'm not saying best physical shape of your life, but if you're sitting on the couch eating potato chips every night and
Yep.
dude crushing some Netflix or whatever, um yeah, you're gonna have a hard time, and you're gonna waste a lot of money and logistics and time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, hey, if you get that opportunity, I don't care what shape I am, I'm going for it.
Yeah. Yeah, so elk resonates with me. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
same.
still my dream. Yeah, I'm all in. So you've got your tag.
Yep.
What would you advise people who've got their tag? We're taping this live at the end of May.
Yeah.
What are we doing June, July?
My thing about it is, first things first, check your equipment. Like, first, make fun of your friends, Adam, that you drew a tag and they didn't.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
Um, but then, my first things check the equipment. We talked about, I need to re-sight in, I changed it out. If you're going to make any changes to your poundage, your drop away, your fletches, anything with your arrow, anything like that, like you've got to have it because you can get there and be there. But if you can't have confidence in your equipment and be lethal, that's a missed opportunity. So I look at that as number one. Just in June, that's June. Obviously, dude, hit Onyx, hit, Go Hunt, anything like that, any of the apps, start scouting, start e-scouting.
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys, like you draw a tag way away, you're not gonna get boots on the ground, you need to start. It's that time before bed instead of doom scrolling, like, yeah, let's check my unit out. Well, let's put one here, put one there, see what's going out. That's checking it. Uh I would spend a lot of time on that. I do. You've seen my Onyx. It's pretty bad. Like I have pins
It looks like a
everywhere.
Calvin and Hobbes comic book.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, "Da, da, 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 da,"
yeah.
like
That's exactly it. I go ham on that thing. But uh, health and fitness kind of that's my personal number three. I mean, dude, even if it is like you live in Missouri, not a lot of hills, not a lot. Let's just take we're gonna take it from the Western hunting point of view.
Yeah.
We've been talking about let's use elk. I drew a good elk tag. Like, all right, I need to make this work. Like it's relatively elevated terrain. Okay, well, I live in Missouri. I live in Tennessee, or even where I'm from, New Hampshire. Like, okay, I don't have hills right over by me or anything. Well, it doesn't matter with a hill, just throw on a weighted pack, just start hiking. Dude, walk your kids at night, things like that. Just
Yeah.
anything you can get into, like ruck it up. Um, Run. That's the angle I've been going. I've actually backed off of rucking a little bit and started running more. I'm kind of addicted to it, but yeah, any train, just get that blood flowing, get it going just to remember like you're going to be out there, you're going to be hiking every day, whether it's 2 miles in, 2 miles out, or you're going full send with bivy on your back. Like the only thing that's going to hold you back is you.
Yeah.
And that's something you really need to look at. So, I mean, I'm using the excuse of hunting to go run a marathon in about a week, and then I'm signing up for an ultra right after that. And yeah, like use other things to get you motivated to get healthy.
Which marathon are you running?
Utah Valley. So,
Oh, down south.
we'll start up in, it's kind of like a net negative, like you drop 1,400 feet, and I'm a little concerned with my IT band on that, but it's my first marathon. I'm pretty fired up on it.
Dude,
It's
good
gonna
for
be
you.
good. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that. Which is good. But yeah, like going back to equipment, things like that, like reach out to your friends, like get some tips, like talk, somebody knows somebody. And dude, this is crazy. I had a friend, and this is a tip to everybody out there. Let's say you draw a unit, you're going out by yourself, you kind of hit the forums and stuff, haven't heard anything. You're like, well, did I go over here, go over that? You know who you call? Call the local taxidermist.
Oh,
Because think about it, everybody's taking their harvest to them. They're not gonna give you the great spots, might give you a couple nuggets there, and that could
yeah.
point you in the right direction. I had a friend who drew an antelope tag last year in Wyoming, and it was a very, very private area. He's like, "Oh, I can't believe I drew this with 0 points." And I looked at it with him. I'm like, "Well, you don't have a ton of land," and it says, and he goes, "All right, I'll figure it out." Calls me, he's like, "I'm driving out right now," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Yeah, just called the local taxidermist, put me in some spots, gave me a couple phone numbers of guys to call.
No way.
There you go." Like, I it's simple, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even think of it, and I was like, "That is sheer genius," and he shot a great goat.
Nice.
Yeah,
That is, phenomenal advice because 'cause you're working backwards
yeah,
and just being like, "Who knows where the dead bodies are?"
yeah. Oh,
Literally.
and that's the funny thing, and everybody that takes their animal into a taxidermist, I am at fault. Dude, I sprayed pretty hard. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I went into this unit. This is where I camped." Da, da, da. I wasn't showing him or sending him pins or anything, but he has the gist on that. And
Dude.
yeah, it's them in barbershops, right? Like, it's pretty good. And it was simple genius. And
That's
now,
cool.
given on a side note, he dropped his animal off there to get it mounted and everything like that. So, full circle, but still, like, that's local knowledge as local knowledge gets.
Dude, that is really cool.
Yeah.
I speaking of equipment, I've shared this, but I killed a really nice buck and pulled back on it. It was at 50 yards, and my drop away rest, the QAD, was
Mhm.
failing. The fork wouldn't hold the arrow up.
Really?
It come up and it would just drop right down. And I was freaking out and my button wasn't working. Like nothing was working. And it just kept tick, 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 like going down. I was freaking out because this buck was really nice. And yeah, just probably tried 40 times. Just click, 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 click.
Yep.
The deer starts moving, gets to about 70 yards. I finally just finessed this thing. I was like, just give me one
Yep.
arrow. Got it up, shot, perfect shot, went down very fast. But man, you speak about equipment
Mhm.
and that was hard because I had been practicing every day
Yeah.
and it's like you just do the best you can and that little drop away rest was just kind of like clocked out. Like I'm done. I'm tired.
Well, there's always stuff that happens in the field, right? They always say, "Well, hey, do you have a backup bow?" and things like that. And for years I did, and I kinda sold it last year.
You
I'm
did,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I sold my backup bow, and I'm scared that's gonna bite me in the butt. We actually, 2 years ago, I had this same issue with you. I didn't draw anything, and I got an over-the-counter elk tag, so we went
Yeah.
full in. So we're sitting there. I have my 2 hunting partners, Jared and Ross. We're out there morning before the hunt. Like, we went and scouted a little. Sorry. Yeah, the day before the hunt, scouted a little. I'm like, hey, let's shoot our bows. Let's make sure everything's good. And I don't know what happened. We were chattering or whatever, and it was late in the day. Ross and I shot our arrows. Jared shot his arrows. We all pulled them out. Everything's looking good. Jared's like, I'm gonna shoot a few more. Shot an arrow, and we were talking. He drew back his bow, and I'm like, he realizes his arrow isn't in that thing, right?
No arrow
And
at all.
no arrow at all,
Oh,
and
jeez.
and it just exploded, and we're
Oh,
like, "Okay," we're looking at the lens, and we're like, "Alright, this is bad," and we're like, "Alright, we need to." There's a local town, not gonna give away town names or anything like that. Drove into town at, like, we're talking day before the hunt,
jeez.
like, went in there, and, all 3 of us worked for a very large, hunting setup, Sportsman's Warehouse. We all worked on the corporate side, and there's one in the town, and we made a couple phone calls, and they're like, "Hey, we're closing up right now, but like, come on in. We'll we'll,
Yeah.
we'll take care of you." Sat there with the bow vise, like, got it set up, shot a couple arrows in the
No
range,
way.
and sure enough, went all in the next day. But like, that goes back to, if we had had a backup bow, like, and the funny thing is, my friend Jared does have a backup bow at that time,
Jeez.
didn't bring it.
Oh,
And,
didn't bring it. Oh,
yeah, but I mean, dude, I didn't bring mine either that time.
yeah,
So it happens and you get all excited in a moment, but yeah. So let's go ways the thing you talk about prep, being cognizant. Like,
sure.
what's your awareness around you, things like that. So when you start looking on, this goes back to e-scouting, or even when you get feet on the ground, okay, where the wind's sitting this ravine. Is there a counter ravine that comes in? So you just get a little crossing. Like, I think there's water there. It looks like there should be. It's not showing water on this, but I need to go check it out. Like, if you can get out there or use Google Maps or anything like that, like, look at those key points.
Yeah.
Start developing a plan, especially if you cannot get out there. It behooves you. So let's step back. June, check your equipment. Start looking at fitness. I always look at it like this, like July 4th weekend is the weekend. Um, After that weekend, it's all hunt all the time because
Yeah.
a lot of stuff opens up in, at least out west, mid-August. Uh, like, you should be shooting your bow all the time at that point. Maybe you've been to, Total Archery Challenge, or you have one coming up, or any of your local 3D clubs or events, like, start shooting regularly. And I'm not talking like once a week, I'm talking a few times a week.
Yeah.
Dial up your fitness a little bit, but spend that time, have plans like, okay, this is A. If I go in there, well, it's stacked full of other hunters and you want to be respectful. They got in there first. So you're trying to figure that out. Or you have people that aren't respectful and you're like, oh, I don't really want to deal with this. I need to have it. So you have A, B. I always go A, B, C, D. And A is very detailed, B is very detailed, C is kind of detailed, D's like, well,
Parking lot.
looking like there, that looks kind of good. We'll figure this out.
Yeah.
But I mean, and that's what we went into last year, and B was my winner. A was not.
Really?
Like, yeah, B was my winner. And it was really, really cool because we saw both the elk and muleys were kind of moving around a little bit, and it was really weird. They weren't playing nice with each other.
Yeah.
It was either their elk in a spot or muleys in that, and obviously I was being a little picky, so yeah, I went with option B.
Cool.
Gave my other two partners, Ross and Jared, option A, and we all had opportunities, and between the three of us, I walked away with one. But next year, Ross is not able to hunt with us, but Jared is, and man, I'm so fired up. Like,
Yeah.
I'm putting him on something big, and we're gonna spend time, and
Cool.
he's gonna walk away with something awesome, and
Yeah.
that's really good. So remember, plan, always have other plans. Like, it's really good, and I always use this, and I use this with my kids. My kids are very active sports children. Um, you always have a good plan. Mike Tyson always says this. It's always a great plan until you get punched in the face.
Yeah.
It goes out the door. So you're gonna have a plan, but be okay. Be maneuverable.
Yeah.
Like be okay with moving. Like out of your spot, because I feel there's a fair amount of hunters out there, and I am at perfect fault as this as well. I'm like, but I spent so much time
I
here.
know.
Like,
Yeah.
no, I've been here for 3 days and I'm scanning the same ravine and then bouncing over to this ravine and then coming back, and they're not there.
Yeah.
And you've got to be okay with moving, a couple miles over, or going 40 miles to the other end of the unit, and like resetting up camp, things like that,
Yeah.
hiking out 5 miles, and then you got to go 8 miles in somewhere else. But playing your times accordingly. So, okay, I'm going to move units. If I don't see anything by tomorrow morning, okay, I'm going to pick up, I'm going to get back to my camp, or, if I'm on my back or whatever, get back to the trailhead at 11 o'clock. I've got, let's say, a 2.5 hour drive. Okay, that is now 1:30. All right, well, I'm going to hike in this unit. It's going to take me this long. Okay, I can hike in there, kind of hike in, try to drop camp, and then okay, I can hunt the night setup. Like plan that stuff into that. Like, when I go scouting and I start checking spots,
Yeah.
I'll go into a unit. I'll even go into units like I'm going back into where I was last year. I'm still going to drive that to be like, okay, when I'm in the car, it's this many hours to get over here. Okay, I need to at least put that in my plan. So if I'm going to push up and move and go, um, yeah, you got to have that. And I kind of I put a spreadsheet together, and like,
Nice.
hey, this unit, this is where I'm going to go, things
Heck
like
yeah.
that. And then kind of go over, and I'm like, all right, it's going to take this much time over there, and write everything down. So planning, you can't plan enough.
Enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got rid of a piece of equipment this year and I added a piece of equipment.
All
And
right.
I'm curious if you're going to be surprised.
Send it. What you got?
Okay. I got rid of my e bike
Interesting.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Well, my knees are feeling great. I'm
Okay.
feeling really good. The running, the
Yeah.
hiking. I'm like the thing that worries me about the e-bikes a little bit is the regulations.
Oh, yeah. You can
Like
get a pretty beefy ticket for that.
every time I go to the trail, I feel like there's a new sign, a new thing. Even if there's no regulation, you're going to get yelled at by somebody who thinks they know.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't want the fight anymore. I'm good.
Yeah.
If I thought about getting a four-wheeler, I still am kicking that around.
That's
Um,
not a bad option. You should get
be
one of those classy three-wheelers, though.
Heyo.
Dude,
Yeah.
hey! You
Then I have
might die on it, but yeah.
well, I'm losing my hair and I don't think I can grow a mullet by hunting season.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But as you were
So
saying,
got rid of the e-bike. I actually had two. I had one for kind of general mountain biking and then hunting. So yeah, got rid of them. I am fully
interesting.
organic mountain biker now. And I got a Starlink. Taxi. I'm like,
Super
I'm down.
slim.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, like, I'm in.
So I want to get what I've seen people do is they get Pelican cases
Yeah.
and they carve out the foam. So I'm going to run to Harbor Freight and just get something like that.
And, my friend I went out with, Jason, did the exact same thing, and this
Yeah.
was for his big setup, so he had a big Kelvin case, but the
Ugh.
funniest thing he did, took a marine battery. Now, given once again, we base camped
What?
it, put the marine battery, just hooked it right up, no issue.
Marine battery? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
like a boat battery.
Like a
Yeah,
Ace, a DC.
yeah,
Big.
yeah, like big old, like, yeah,
Wow.
hooked it up to that, and that ran for, I mean,
Days.
he was out there for 3 weeks. I went only for a week with him, and he's like, "Yeah, no issue." Ran it the whole time.
I'm not like a bougie camper, but
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to have some things because I hate going back, like
Yeah.
leaving early.
Oh, yeah, I don't wanna do it whatsoever.
But I do it. I've
Yeah,
left early. I
same.
just get shook up, and so take some bougie camping things,
Mhm.
glamp a little bit, I don't
Yeah.
care,
Well,
but
take things that remind you of home. I always, I take pictures of I mean, you have pictures of your kids and videos on your phone and things like that, and that I think that helps a lot. Um just remembering what it's for.
yeah,
Think of it from this way: you're bringing the best meat possible, no matter what animal you're harvesting, back to your family, which is great,
yeah,
right? Um, it's like, you always look at. I have this saying, success is always earned, not given,
mhm,
and I write that on things and. Just look at it and it reminds you, okay, why am I here? What am I doing with this? And also, yes, the result is to get an animal on the ground, but it's the adventure
yeah,
too. Like that's the main thing. And I know it's cheesy to say, but I love it.
yeah. No, it's, something that I think for a long time there, I felt like it was like, how hardcore can you be? How much can you
Hmm.
spend on a pack? How much can you spend on a bow? And we're gearing out and all these things. Now I'm
Yeah.
just like, dude, give me some friggin' internet. Like I'm smoked. Like
Yeah.
mentally, I
Yeah.
need something going for me.
Yeah.
So
And that's okay.
yeah.
Like everybody's like, oh, I gotta hike 10 miles out. Then I'm gonna, run the bivy sack. I'm gonna chase these 5 herds, like or one herd or whatever,
Yeah.
and go out like you're like, no, no, it's what's the adventure for you? What is enjoyable for you? Not for, you know, whoever's gonna judge you on it or whatever, like that. That's it. Like I take the same philosophy with snowboarding, fly fishing, anything like that. If you walk in with a smile on your face and you walk out with a smile on your face, like
Mm.
heck yeah. Like
Yeah.
that's been done. Like,
So we're here in Utah. I want to get your opinion on this. Is data centers.
oh, don't get me started on that
Oh, I'm
dude.
gonna get you started on this.
Do we have to pull out the soapbox? Here we go.
Oh boy. They're like you're in South Salt Lake, and I think you're
Yes.
probably in a more maybe politically louder climate than I'm in. I'm in a little
Yes.
bit of a northern Salt Lake. We're quiet, just make sure you're not swatting my bees and we're fine.
Yeah.
I'm a beekeeper,
Oh
so
no, I know
don't
you are.
don't kill my bees.
I'm expecting in the fall to get my jar. I'm just
Oh
saying.
yeah, you'll get your jar of
Yeah.
honey. So what's the climate like down in Salt Lake?
My personal friends and everybody that's around me is no,
Of course.
no. I feel the same way. Are they necessary? Yeah, yeah. Well, like AI is driving stuff, and we can talk AI and hunting at some point if you want to. But Yeah, it came out of nowhere. You know, did they do it by the books? Yes, but did they do it by the books? Meh. And the
Yeah.
thing is, put on the tinfoil hat and go down the rabbit hole. There were some people that were connected to the individuals that pushed it through and things like that that own a lot of land in those areas. And it's, people are going to profit from it. And are they doing it for the right reason? Are they doing it for them to profit or are they not? I believe there's balance in everything. And, you know, I- would a data center in this area be terrible? Maybe, maybe not. But if it was done the right way and gets the right signs and, affects like the amount of water that needs to go to it to keep it cooled,
Yeah.
things like that. Like, yeah, if we did it right, okay. Like it's gonna bring a lot of jobs and things like that. Like that is good. Like, we all have friends. The economy is a little interesting right now. And yeah, if we just do it right, okay.
Yeah.
Like, but I just I don't
Feels
know if it
slimy.
was yeah, yeah, I wanna wash my hands after, and, yeah, I don't know where it's gonna go, it's past, right? Like, this thing's happening or not, like, I don't know where they're at 'cause it's been proposed, but
Thought it was like possibly delayed, but still
yeah,
in progress. Like they're trying to buy
yeah.
time, but it's not gonna matter.
Well, it's like, they talk about, "Hey, let's go down this rabbit hole. Let's talk about all the problems in Colorado," like, with them trying to, you know they had the whole like trophy hunting angle and kudos to everybody that in because when it first started you and I were at Black Opus together
Yeah.
and I made sure we leverage that as much as possible. I know you did from the marketing side, like that affects everybody's livelihood. And the problem was is they weren't going through the right channels. Like talk to the biologist, find how it's going to affect things. Like you look at it like that, like I would really, if people listen to this podcast and are like really want to dive into that stuff, Howl is a really good reference. Obviously they're pro hunt, but I believe their approach to things are relatively neutral.
Yeah.
Um, and to, hopefully get yourself informed before you make a decision. Like I I I really wish I could give a more hardened data center like, yes, no, whatever it is, I don't feel I have enough education to really drive that home right now on it, and
Yeah.
that's on me.
Mm. Yeah, and I think it's really important to be informed of what's going on, and I I don't know, it feels icky
Yeah,
of how it is being
agreed.
done, and it's honestly weird to even try to find information because
Yeah.
it's and ironically, if you were to use AI to find out about it, it's
Yeah.
powered by whatever it's scraping to find.
Yes.
It's a very odd hamster wheel
Yeah.
of are we actually getting anywhere? And it's funny because like you'd be on a long drive. Like I'm a road trip guy. I love road trips.
Same.
Dude, I'll get in some areas and I'm like, okay, who's using that piece of crap land over there? You can't
Mhm.
hunt it. It's
Yeah.
completely dead.
Yeah.
Go slap your stupid data center out there and cover it with some solar panels and some
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you look at like solar farms. When you and I drive up to Idaho, remember when
Yeah.
you go over the border, like you're headed towards Idaho Falls, they have that huge it's flat and it's a huge solar farm right
Yeah.
there. It's not big, it's not, but like I've been driving up there for 20 years and that land hasn't been used for farming or anything else like that. My big concerns are is it a major like migration route for animals and
Yeah.
things like
That's fair.
that? But once again, you pull biologists in, you do the work
Right.
and then make that educated decision. And that's where I think this is falling short is are they doing the work? And once again, I don't have enough information to make that call.
My dad was an environmental consultant for over 40 years, and that's what he did. So he would help mines get their money back, their bonds back from the government if they reclaimed the land.
Yeah.
But these environmental impact statements and all the work that it took, it was very extensive.
Hmm.
And that's where I feel like things are being swept.
Yeah.
And where are those folks? But I am from New Mexico and I've even done trips, road trips down there. And I'm just like, gosh, there's got to be some land. If they really need it, I get that's where we're
Yeah.
headed. Good heavens. Like, don't plop it in really prime use public land.
Yeah.
Why is it just like, oh yeah, slap it over there?
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
what about Nebraska? Come on. This is the
Dude,
most boring drive ever.
and I agree, it's flat and whatever, but dude, there's some great deer in
I
Nebraska.
know. I know.
Isn't it like on the far west side of Nebraska? Isn't there elk
Yeah,
in the corner
I
of
was
that,
thinking
right?
that. Yeah, I
There
think
is a
there is.
herd out there because I remember like doing some research and supporting some Army F stuff when I was at Sportsman's Warehouse because
Yeah.
like, all right, who we sponsor? And like they had come to one of the local Sportsman's Warehouses out there, and I'm like, "Wait, there are elk?" And they're like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a pretty solid herd in the western corner of that state." Now, hard to draw tags. It's like, is it Tennessee or Kentucky? There's elk herds there.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
we won't
we went
we
on a
won't solve
tangent.
that.
Yeah.
But I will say though, with the AI progress, I will touch on this. I went into Apple, took in some like 7-year-old laptop. I
Mhm.
was like, "Hey, could you help me with this?" He's like, "Here's the deal. You're running an old hardware and you're expecting it to run on new software."
Yep.
And I think that's a little bit of a crux we're at with society. The software is moving so fast that our hardware can't keep up. And he said, not to sell you on anything. I know obviously it looks like I'm going to sell you on Apple. He's like, you honestly need to swap out your gear every 2 years, like laptop
That
hardware,
makes sense.
you know? So, cause I bought the Mac Mini because it runs AI,
Mhm.
right? It's smooth. The fan doesn't blare on like my old
Yep.
MacBook Air was. And so it's probably a necessary evil. We got to navigate it better though and be
Yeah.
better informed.
Well, it's a race, right? Like everything's a race. Like, whether you're like, okay, this is a highly contested area that I want to go hunt muleys in.
Yeah.
There's other people that know about that area. Let's talk extended archery in the Wasatch Front. I love hunting extended archery. And
Yeah.
you know what I love hunting it? It's because there's so many other people hunting it. Like I've met some really cool guys out there.
Hmm.
At the same time, I want to wear a flak vest half the time because I'm scared I'm gonna get skewered by somebody. But I harvested my first muley in the Wasatch Front through less than 3 miles from my house. And the funniest thing is I used my whitetail roots to get it. I hunted the hunters. I didn't hunt the
Oh,
animals
funny.
because I knew there were guys pushing up in this way, and sure enough, they pushed some deer over in that way, and it was one I wasn't expecting. Popped up right across canyon from me, and
Oh, geez.
shot at 60 yards, and yeah, there you go. But yeah, like it's kind of interesting.
Extended hunt in
Yeah.
Utah is so fun. It's 3 months
So
of,
fun.
you know, hey man, you going out this morning? Yeah, I went out in the afternoon. Like
Yeah.
it's just that's where I shot all my deer, honestly. My first deer, my
Yeah.
latest deer, like, and it gets colder.
Yeah.
That early season archery, um, you don't have any chance with the cold. It's not going to get them up. It's not
Yep.
going to push them. It's hot. It's warm.
Yeah.
And so I like the extended season. It's one of my favorites. And you still get elk. I have
Mhm.
not even spotted elk on extended archery.
Either have I, and I know there's a couple like hot spots in the state here,
Yeah.
and I know they get a fair amount of pressure, but like you hope to get that 18-inch storming because it thins out the more casual hunters and
Yeah.
you break out the snowshoes. Like what was that guy? Is it Marty that
Hmm.
went and shot that one? And they had the photo of him hiking across one of the bridges
Oh, sure.
was it the 80 right there?
Parley's. Yeah.
Yeah, Parley's. Like, dude, he went deep up in there. And you know what? Here, another pro tip. If you're hunting, animals, even if it's extended or in the snow or anything, and you have the ability to like bring a sled out with you,
Hmm.
you can just drag it with a sled. It makes it so much easier.
For
Like,
sure.
because I remember watching that video and I was like, that's simple genius.
Yeah.
Because my dad growing up shot a whitetail like way back behind our house, like 2 miles. It had snowed 8 inches. He dragged that thing all the
Oh
way
my
back. And I
gosh.
was like, it was his second biggest whitetail he ever shot. And, it after dressed, it was 176 pounds. And he dragged that thing 2 miles back.
Jeez.
It was brutal. I was
Gosh.
like,
The snow
yeah,
helps a little
yeah,
bit,
it
but
does.
a
It's
sled is
Yo,
amazing.
dude, game changer. Like, it's good. Like, maybe, you talk and you're like, all right, I have this 7-ounce inflatable tube that I can blow up. It only lasted 100 yards before it got poked by a stick, but man,
Yeah,
that was great.
exactly. So there is a product, it is for wild game specifically. It's a sled.
Really?
So you know the tent stoves
Yeah.
and how the stovepipe rolls up. How is it? It rolls up really small. Then if you turn it differently, it rolls up to like a 6-foot tent
Yeah.
stovepipe. So it's the same concept. It's like 2 or 3 feet wide and it rolls up really tight like a paper towel. You pull it out the other way, it's 7 feet long.
Oh, that's kind of rad.
And then it's got guy lines throughout the whole thing, so you can put down the meat,
Yeah.
and it ties it all down like a mummy, and it's just slick as crap on the bottom. And it's non-directional, like
Yeah.
it's all weird, and you just pull with a rope, and it's slicker than snot. I think they're 30 to $50 on Amazon.
That's a no-brainer
So you,
right there.
and then the other one is for ice fishing. I've used it. It's called the jet sled.
Oh, no, I use those for duck hunting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
jet sleds. You can beat the crap out of them. They're strong as snot.
Yeah, they're the black, like, super
Yeah.
thick plastic. Those things are awesome.
Yeah, and we did an elk in that and worked great. And then the last 100 yards had melted out and it was pure mud. And
Brutal.
you just drag it across the rocks, baby.
Yeah,
Like
you don't care.
you don't care.
Yeah.
You're like, this was $20 on Facebook Marketplace. I'm gonna sell it for
Mhm.
$20 when I'm done. But the nice thing I liked about the jet sled, it's deep and we took it out when we were scouting and I just stashed it.
Yeah.
And then I left out a bunch of stuff and I put it all under it and then I,
Yeah, like,
flipped
put
it
some
upside
trees in.
down and then I'm, 5, 10 pounds lighter,
Oh,
you know.
that's awesome. That's strategic, halfway out, go
Yeah.
all the way out, come back. Here's another pro duck hunting tip on those things. So take the jet sleds, right? You get
Yeah.
the little bit bigger, a little bit longer ones. You drill holes in the front two corners and the back two corners.
Mm.
And you get, depending on where you want to go, you get about like 24-inch rebar. You stick them in through the holes, lay out blinds.
What?
Yeah, and it's awesome because layout blinds are awesome, like, they're great, but, like, these are once again, like, you don't wanna screw up your layout blind, but these just drag out, beat up,
No
run the
way.
rebar in them, and so, like, when you're sitting on the shoreline, it kind of is you end up staying in place right there, and it's pretty good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's pro tip right there for the duck hunters out there.
Dude, you're just full of them.
I'm full of something.
That's great. Um, so tell me anything else about hunting plans this year that you're leaning towards, excited about, nervous about?
Um Mm, and this will go into something, we all have parents, right? My dad's getting older.
Mhm.
He's in his mid 70s. Uh, I got him an antelope. My dad's been an Eastern hunter his whole life. He moved out here. We got him one at Western Antelope, and man, I've spent the past like 5 years trying. We've gotten opportunities on elk. We have not gotten a muley opportunity. Um, I'm gonna he drew a rifle tag, Northern Utah here, and I'm gonna put time in.
Cool.
Like it's good. He drew a tag last year, and he actually ended up not going out, and I was super bummed because I had to bail last second on him. And I think that was a crux. So
Mm,
I he's he's in great health. He's very mobile. He's just slower,
yeah.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's it. So I've got a couple friends. I actually put him in my friend's party, so he drew with my friend's party. So we're gonna have some guys out there with us.
Mm,
And come October, rifle season comes into play. I'm gonna put in the time.
cool.
I'm gonna get him walking out with one, and that's what I want to do.
Nice.
Yeah, that's. I mean, yes, I want to, dude. I want to shoot another really good buck. I really want to get a shot at an elk. I've never had that opportunity before, but more than anything, I want to get my dad a nice muley.
I think that's interesting about hunting is we can shift roles season by season.
Yeah.
You can be that mentor,
Hmm.
that bit of more guide. It's not about my game, it's about somebody else's. And then you're like, man, I want to get one a little bit bigger than I did last year. I just want to fill the freezer. And I mean, you're taking on 4 roles in
Hmm.
like 2 sentences.
Yeah.
And I just want to get a shot off on an elk, right? It's like freezer filler, get the shot off, veteran, mentor, and then that trophy a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's fun. Like that's what I love about this sport is like it just evolves and shifts. It's not like skiing where it's like, I have to have a good powder day or else I'm not going up. I don't
Yep.
care about anything else. But skiing in the same sense, I love helping my daughter excel and get better.
Yeah.
It's fun that way, I guess, too. But hunting it's very fluid, I guess.
No, it is. It's a community, and it's great. I really love that. Like you talk about that. Like, yeah, I didn't try tags in there, but my two friends did, and I cannot wait to take some time out to
Yeah.
go hunt with them and help them out. And I think that's awesome. I really do love the community aspect of hunting. It's really tough to beat. Um, what are your aspirations this year? What are you concerned about? You say you sold the e-bikes.
Yeah.
I myself bought a new pack this year.
What'd you get?
I got an XO.
Oh, okay.
I got their I think it's 5,000.
Yeah.
And very excited about it. It's got I got the external water pockets on it, and
Hmm.
really excited about that because the current pack I have, I absolutely love. It's a lights out pack. I have the Stone Glacier. I think it's a Solo 4,500, 4,800, or something like that.
Yeah.
Lights out pack. The biggest concern I have about it is the water setups on the side. I keep bumping my arm when I'm hiking
Oh,
because it has those external ones, and you sit there and push them back, and it is it's it's a great pack. It's the number one. Anybody's book's the number one in my book, but I've been wanting to try EXO for years, and I had the opportunity to purchase one at Western Hunt,
okay.
and yeah, I am so fired up to
Cool.
do it, which is great. But let's turn back on to you.
Yeah.
What what do you what are your priorities right now? You're gonna get an OTC tag.
Yep.
Um, what's that look like?
Yeah, stepping back a little bit, I would like to get my wife and my next son through hunter safety.
Okay.
Just, and it's not like a major priority for somebody else. They need a little bit of hand holding with like the internet class, the sign up in person class. So I really want to, my wife has said, I really want to go turkey hunting. And I'm like, sweet, let me help you with that.
Yeah.
I've killed a few turkey. I've smoked them up. They are just licking their fingers. They love wild turkey.
Yeah.
And so my wife is like, I really want to do that. So yeah, it's a bit of a mentorship year for me. And then I work for myself now. I'm doing full-time consulting. So I want to get out there. I really want to get out there and I want to stay out there. So that's why I got the Starlink. And I just want to be, and then I got the bigger jumping jack. I have a 12
Oh,
footer.
you transferred out from the other one? Look at
Yeah.
you.
I had a little 6x8 and it was just getting a little tight, and we would cram in there like sardines. But I got the 12 footer and it's an 8x12. My other one was 6x8.
Wow.
So it's
That's
just as long as it is wide or whatever the saying is. It's huge. It's fun. And so I really would just want to you know, hit the Uintas, have some fun in some areas that I know and have a good base camp. And just still stay connected, but like feel like I can stay a few more days than I normally have.
well, that 5-day trip can easily be an 8-day trip if you're
Right.
keeping your communications up. I definitely agree with that. Another option to the people out there is,
Yeah.
knowing your sleep systems, or if you're running a base camp, Kodiak Canvas.
Hmm.
That's what we run when we're running base camps, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I always bring I have a 6 a.m. I think it's like 1.6 ounces or something. I run it with like either my sticks, or I bring a set of small poles with it,
Yep.
and that is good. I can't do bivvies. I did it just like kind of how it
It's
sits
too
right there.
small.
Yeah, a little claustrophobic. And I like having a nice floor, things like that. But yeah,
I
it's
I do the Sky Air Stone Glacier one person,
yeah, that's a
and
great
it's
tent.
just a little bit tall enough. And then the other one I have is the Big Agnes Tiger Shark or Tiger
Yeah, Tiger
Timberline
Wall.
Tiger Wall.
That's it. That's a great tent.
Great tent, just a little bit of space, super light. I mean, tent companies have gotten really good at the lightweight stuff, but I just need a little bit of like
Hmm.
comfort. I can't be like 2 inches away from my face, material. The other thing I've got this year, non-hunting, I'd say, but more personal, putting a book together. It's called First Generation Mindset. And so I'm really
Oh,
excited about
that's
that.
that's awesome. Good
It's
for you.
some of the feedback with this podcast has been, wow, I've applied some of this in life and it's really great for me. So, first generation mindset, the tagline is going to be stop outsourcing your legitimacy,
I like
start
that.
living a more integrated life. So,
Oh, that's really cool. I'm excited to
yeah.
hear about that.
So my personal journey, I've dealt with imposter syndrome. I've dealt with addiction. I've fought a lot of demons in my life, and so it's not going to be like a trauma dump. It's going to be more of, I think there's other guys out there like me, and I think together we can be better. And so that's going to be coming out later 2027. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Excellent. Yeah, self-published, I'm assuming, or you or do you
I have
already have.
publishers that are
Okay,
interested,
great.
so it could be bigger than I've kind of given credit for because I did self-publish an ebook, and it was great. It served its purpose. It was back in 2011. Actually, I found it on my Google Drive,
That's
old social
awesome.
media marketing book that I
Yep.
wrote. But yeah, and then yeah, the antlerless, the OTC elk. I just really, really want to get like a fun hunt. So right now I've got a good full freezer, but
Mhm.
I do have some meat thawing out upstairs. I'm
Oh, I
gonna
saw
cook
that on
some.
the table when I
Yeah,
walked in.
I bet you snuffed it out, and so I'm eating it as much as I can, and then I'm giving it away just to kind of make room.
Mm,
So,
that's
but I'm
good.
having a really fun year. I've like a lot of things are working out personally and professionally, and I'm just trying to take that energy into the hunting fall season and just be like, okay, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna get an elk this year. It's
Mm.
just I'm gonna will it to happen.
Well, once again, you put in the time and I think the general consensus of this episode is plan.
Yeah,
That can be an umbrella over everything, whether,
yeah,
it's planning your personal book or, you know, I mean, even when you're planning on what tags you're going to apply for, it always talks like always have a plan, like planning your fitness, planning, utilizing your equipment or what equipment you're going to switch out and things like that. Both of us have made changes this year.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, like get on that hunt, start doing the time because for a lot of us, middle August comes real fast,
Oh yeah,
and it's definitely kind of yeah, you just spend a little time every day, or all of us are so calendared. I have a Google calendar I share with my wife. I'm sure you do as well. Like you put on the calendar, hey, honey, Sunday nights from 6 to 7. Hey, I'm just gonna sit in front of the computer and do this and get things
sure.
done, or other stuff like that. I mean, I calendar my whole life around that stuff. And as you know, you have several children, myself included. Whether it's school, sports, to just getting time with your family. Like, make sure you do that, guys. Like out there, really, like spend time
Yeah,
with your family because that is the kids leave fast,
I
and
know they
you got to
do.
get it keyed in.
Yeah, I've got a daughter on a Mormon mission in Germany. My son took off for Memorial Day weekend. Then my youngest two had birthdays. And one night it was just me and my wife, and we were just staring at each other like, this is what empty nesting feels like. It's
Hmm.
very odd. Speaking of calendars, I want to give a major recommendation to it's a software called Skylight.
Hmm.
And you buy the hardware, it's a iPad, basically, you stick it on your kitchen counter.
Yeah.
And dude, we could not get the Google calendars figured out. We couldn't get them synced on our phones. And so Skylight, everyone's got their little account. So down to my daughter who's got a softball practice,
Hmm.
up to me who says, "Hey, I've got a buddy coming over to do a podcast."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everyone can
Exactly.
see it, but my wife works from home. I do too. We put our phone calls on there. We put our client meetings on there. Everyone knows if mom's door is closed. Oh, okay, she's got back to back clients for
Hmm.
The other product I'm really excited about is Relight. That's Relyte. Have you tried Relight?
Actually, yes. So it's funny you mentioned that. And this isn't totally us cheesing it up like
Yeah,
with a
sure.
podcast or whatever. You know what my gateway was on that? My daughter.
Really?
I have a 12-year-old daughter. Actually, both my daughters and my 16-year-old daughter. I'm very proud of them. They're on both pretty significant. One is soccer, the other one is softball, competitive travel teams. And a couple of the parents suggested it. And it tastes pretty good. Like, I mean, that's always the hydrate stuff. I only have one or two flavors I like, but yeah, Relight, it's great. Like I
Yeah.
utilize it too when I'm doing like longer runs. It
Okay.
works out well. I kind of have a rotation, but it's It's awesome.
Yeah, and it's got Redmond salt in it. It's local
Okay.
here to Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah, they're
crazy.
local.
I thought it was just some larger company. Yeah.
No, and it tastes like salt. You can taste it. The killer flavor is watermelon because you feel like you've got salt on a watermelon, and
Yeah.
it is just like. But I've got mango in my cup right now. There's a mojito I'm about ready to try.
That would be actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
I personally like mojitos on the other side of things,
yeah,
but to have that, that's a good change up because you can get over stuff really fast.
yeah. And I've done the Black Flag thing. I like some of their flavors. I've done the Mountain Ups thing. I like some of their flavors. I do not. I like every single relight flavor. There's not
Yeah.
been one where I'm like, I'm good. I don't like their sampler pack. Highly recommend.
Really? Where can you get that?
Um, I get it from Mountain Health here
Okay.
locally. They're a old testosterone clinic that I used to work for, and they carry relight. Harmon's grocery store,
Okay. Yeah,
full
I got plenty
relight
of those.
setup.
Yeah.
And then I assume online they're firing.
Dude, it's
So
totally like we're selling this right now. It's
I'm
kind of
not
funny,
like
but that's it. Yeah.
I don't have anything with them. The only relationship I have is with Darn Tough socks, which I can't
Yeah.
recommend enough. They're a phenomenal sock.
So once again, learning stuff.
Yeah.
When I shot this deer this last season, I used to think it was a joke to, and this is full disclosure, so everybody please make fun of me for this. Everybody's like, yeah, I just take my shoes off and I walk my socks in it. And I'm like, dude, no, this is just foolish, whatever. And for years, I'm like, I'm gonna hike in with my boots, and it was really dry where I was at, and I was getting approaches and things like that, and nothing was really working out. And I'm like, sat there, and a mutual friend of ours and our both old employer, Kendall card, just kind of popped in my head. I'm like, all right, I'll take them off and I'll go in. And I was wearing their Darn Toughs hunting division ones they
Yeah.
have. And yeah, sure enough, put that animal down with socks on, and I
No
am
way.
100% a fan now. So I have the ones I'm wearing. I bring in a second pair now, and I put them over the other ones when I walk in on stuff, so it doesn't screw it up when I put it back in my
Got it.
boots ever. But yeah, I have like the little photo collage you put on Instagram when you harvest your animal, and one of the photos is just me looking down at my socks.
That is
Yeah, yeah.
rad.
Full disclosure, you can always learn something.
Yes, I love
And
it.
don't be stubborn because I was for years, and I'm
Yeah.
probably regretting it right now.
Yeah. I myself am getting back into running and I'm feeling really good. And I drank a bunch of Relight before a
Mhm,
run and I had my best run. I felt like my cardio was strong. I didn't stop as much and I knocked out the 2 miles. It felt really good. And my previous run, like 2 days before that, was not as good. And I had
mhm,
not done the Relight. So there's something about the salt. I'm a big believer and the cramping. My legs don't cramp up and
mhm.
I hate that because you have to slow down and you're like, no, I'm stronger than this. This is stupid. So anyway, huge fan of that. I do not have a relationship with them.
No, and that's great. It's good to have disclosure on that one. I'll be honest with you. I'm putting in. I'm on the taper right now because I have that race, but I was putting in 45, 60 miles a week. My long runs are on Saturdays. I need to plan it out the night before and everything like that. And I run a vest, I run two, and I was running Relight one, and I've been mixing. I'll try like, whether it's mountain ops or a wilderness athlete in the other. And it's funny, the Relight has been
That's
the
great.
steadfast, the other ones get rotated,
Yeah.
which is good.
Love it. Well, thanks for coming back on First Generation Bowhunter.
Dude, I'm trying to keep up with Redbeard because he's on this way more than I am, and I'm coming for you. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
Deal. I love it. All right, thanks for tuning in, and like I said, Darn Tough Socks. Really thankful for their support. Check them out and watch for huntworks.com. I've got some product that's going to be hitting the website. Some really good killer deals I can't talk about quite yet, but some really good stuff and possibly some archery stuff that you can get a deep discount on. So watch on Huntworks. If you're liking what you hear, jump on a Apple Podcast, drop a review. That really helps the show kind of keep this thing moving forward. So yeah, shooting here in the new studio, really excited about that. This is the first podcast here in the new studio. But if you know another first generation bow hunter, just text them the link real quick, drop it in, find an episode that really stands out to you. That's how people use the podcast. They use it like a library of content and works really well. And you find a topic you like, give it a listen, even if it's shot 2 years ago. All good. So thank you so much. We'll tune in on the next one.